What's up, guys? This is WoT the Fell-Handed here, bringing you part 7 of the art of the Type 59. We are on Aloof. The greens have the northeastern spawn, and the reds have the southwestern spawn. Typically, in medium tanks, normally we would go down to the H7 area, H6, and cause issues for the greens, more or less spawn camping. The TDs, occasionally you'll spot an arty. The reason we decided to go right flank here, we have a brace of Type 59s, and we're high tier. And this tank has not inconsiderable armor. So our mentality is, let's go over here, let's get stuck in, let's do some damage. The gun's not built for sniping. Let's just go over here, let's side scrape, let's do what we can to try to get some shots down range. And that's exactly what we're doing. Very rarely will you ever see me recommend mediums take this route, because this is where all your heavies and your TDs tend to congregate. This is a large area here, big time contention when the armies get moving into position, and there's always going to be some really thick combat. So normally I do not recommend this for your thin-skinned mediums or your lightly armored heavies. The 50Bs of the world, the Type 57 heavies, or excuse me, the 57 heavies. At any rate, back to the matter at hand. We come up to this corner here, there's not a lot of resistance, which normally that's a good thing. In this case, it has me a little worried why I am not getting shot. Now, I would like to say at this time, as you can see, I was about to side scrape and the other guy was almost about to run into me. The downside of side scraping is it takes up considerable room. You can't do the peek-a-boom, which people normally like to do. Pull out, fire a shot, pull back in. As you saw there, I took an arty round on the way in. Never a good thing, right? But it's part of the game, and it's going to happen whether we like it or not. As I was muting someone, I bounced around. How awesome is that? Anyway, so we have a Ferdinand right over here. We're trying to get some shots on him. He's tucked in rather nicely. Not really giving me a lot to work with here. I'm trying to think about maybe toenailing a shot in, but at the same time, I know there's some guys to my right that I cannot see. So the Ferdinand derps the shot, which, is fantastic. But, you ever notice when people hit, the cover in front of you? That means you have excellent cover, and you should stay there. That means, your hold down, your side scraping, combination of both, what have you. See, I took a round right there. But, at this current time, we're running APCR, we're in a very strong position, we're not moving, we're not taking loads of damage, we are being very useful. I'm kind of trying to look around to see exactly how angled my hull is, because however angled it is, I want to keep that angle because I tend to be doing well right now. I'm bouncing some rounds, and the enemy rounds aren't being particularly effective. If you have that magic angle, I highly recommend you keep it, because it's when you try to change your angle over and over again is when you end up really messing yourself up. So took another arty round there, went ahead and blew through the large repair kit. Why not? Let's get everything fixed. We're putting long-range shots here on a heavy, low-tier heavy. Should I be using APCR? No. We are currently running AP. Now, as you can see, even if he backs up, he's not getting out of there. There's only so far he can go, and he doesn't really look like he didn't have the movement nor the inclination to get out of the way there. We just kind of moved out of the way there. The derp, always let the derps through. They're slow tanks, but they can really change the battle for you if they get a good shot in. So I just saw a guy get destroyed as I was coming around the corner, and I suddenly just changed my mind. As you could see, I was going around that corner until I saw him get destroyed. Let things like this be a warning to you. Don't just blindly go following it. If somebody gets annihilated, say, hey, think about it. Ask questions. Why did this guy get annihilated? Should I go blindly around this corner? No, let me think about it. So right here, I'm doing what mediums do. Obviously flanking. Took a couple of rounds there from, the Japanese autoloader. Very good tank, but at the same time, the penetration just isn't there for the Type 59. Type 59 tends to have ridiculous armor. I think he got 1 round in, the other 2 bounced. Good news for us. And, it kind of goes back to speaking on, my previous art of the Type 59. In Tier 8, the armor overmatches the gun, which is fantastic news. When you get in higher tiers, the gun overmatches the armor. In other words, you're not ever guaranteed to bounce anything. But in this game, in this tier, you can pretty much reliably say, hey, I'm going to bounce a few rounds. If I get hulled down, I'll be fine. I'll bounce a lot of rounds. So we were in the open and just bounced a round from a Nashorn to give you some idea of the armor. Very powerful tank at this tier. It will do damage to you big time. So there's the artillery. It's been giving me so much problems, singling me out. And I'm not a fan of clickers, but at the same time, I don't blame him. The Type 59 is a dangerous tank, especially driven by someone who knows what's going on. So yes, you should probably single those guys out if you ever see them just cruising around. So we pulled out there to take a peek, bounced another round. I am not really crazy for the lack of spotting ability in this tank, yet it is greater than the Motherland by 20 meters. So, at the same time, it has more armor, but the Motherland, does not have the +1 matchmaking. It's 6 of one, half dozen the other. Of course, we're not on the Motherland here, we're on the Type 59, and the amazing things it can do. So, as you can see, I just kind of waited for the TD to get tired, wander off, and be concerned with the other people encroaching in his area. Sometimes, guys, the best thing is to do nothing. And in that case, that's what it was. There was a few enemies down here that I was coming to kill, and if I pulled out, they were going to get shots on me. And as you can see, someone made the mistake, and he gets annihilated. So, guys, that's all I have for the art of the Type 59 Part 7. 3,474 damage, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching.